Hello, everybody. I wanted to tell you about an experience that I had many years ago, actually. In my earlier years, I actually was an actor for a while, did mostly theater. I was with an organization that traveled around the US, putting on plays for schools and uh, communities, theaters, churches, things like that. And mostly these were plays that had life lessons to them. They're actually very good. It was a lot of fun. I loved being on stage. But I'll never forget this one particular performance we were doing, and it was actually at Purdue University, the largest audience I've ever personally been in front of. It was this massive theater. There were, I was told, about 3,500 of the students were attending there. And I was doing a two-person play, one-act play, which what that basically means is roughly 30 minutes, 30, 40 minutes or something like that. And it was about this man who had lost everything in his life and he was suicidal. And I was playing that character. So the play opens up, it's totally dark, and I come out while it's dark and I step up on this box on the edge of this stage, simulating that I'm on top of a building or something like that, right? The lights comes on and that's how people find me there. And right in front of me is an orchestra pit, completely black. I can't even see down there. So I'm just standing there contemplating suicide. And the other character walks out, finds me, and proceeds to try to talk me out of it. I won't go into details about that, but probably about maybe 8 to 9 minutes into the play, I started getting jeers from the audience, jump, jump, your life isn't worth it, and laughter. It was like, I'd never been so pissed off in my life, because it's like being at a junior high or something, or middle school, they call it. And here these were adults doing this. And I'm not talking about just a few. They were all over the place yelling out, yeah, go ahead and jump, jump, and laughing and all this stuff. And it got to the point where me and the person on the stage with me were having a really difficult time concentrating on our lines and things like that. It was so distracting. And I came to a point where I was just so bothered by this, not just the lack of respect, but that people would find this is a very serious play, very emotional, deep play, and that they found this taking it so lightly. So I was probably about 15 minutes into this play, and someone in the front row was just, go ahead and do it and do it. And I don't know what came over me, but I stood there and I stared at this person and I jumped off the box into the orchestra pit. Now, I couldn't see the bottom of this orchestra pit. Okay. And got to remember, the only light that was on was a spotlight on me and one on my other character. So it was basically dark. I couldn't see the bottom of this orchestra pit. And apparently I landed on a drum set. And I didn't get hurt, but the reaction, I'm told, by the person on stage was an absolute gasp. This audience became dead silent. That drum set made a lot of noise. So I don't know, it was kind of like maybe the reality of this story was sinking in, but it just, I'll never forget. I was down there, I was kind of picking myself up and listening to absolute silence up there, and it's a few gasps here and there. I was like, he did it, and I was like, and I'll never forget that, because what was interesting is our leader was really upset at me. She said it would have been better to walk off the stage. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to argue with you on that one. But the person of the school that had arranged this whole thing for us to come out came backstage and said, man, that was brilliant. That was so moving. And she thought that that's the way the play was supposed to go. And of course, the leader of our group apologized and all that. And, I was just glad I wasn't hurt, but I've never forgotten about that. It's kind of like, you never know what you say to somebody, whether it's in joking or maybe not thinking out what you're saying, what kind of impact, people that are, with road rage situations where, somebody, pisses you off and you give them the finger or, mouth something and you never know what kind of day that person has just had. So I wanted to tell you the story just to remember that when you're out and about and you're dealing with people, your words, your actions can have sometimes negative effects on people. I lost a sister to suicide, and now that's a whole different scenario. But I don't ever want anybody to be in that kind of position where you experience something like that. So just keep that in mind that your words have power for both the good and the bad, and so I hope that tells you something. Have a great day. Bye bye.